Today we got something going on that I've never done before.
So there are well-laid plans, and there are times where you fly by the seat of your pants.
I can get close to $6 a bushel for corn right now. I need to think about finding some way to get some more corn planted. We're going to take some ground out of cotton production and we're going to put it into corn. If we have a drought this year, I'll be singing a different tune. This 90 acres of corn is going in the ground today. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So anyway, I know I've given you a lot of stuff in a short period of time, been a pretty long monologue, and I just apologize if it all seems confusing or disjointed, but that's the way my brain feels right now. Just so many details, pay attention to make sure that everything works out. And then I'll admit it, I about lost my crap. Right as Zach got done with the fertilizer, I come back in the shop with the sprayer, we're about to load up the planter. Checked radar, and a big old cell was heading straight for us. And you know, rain's not supposed to be here until sometime late tonight or real early tomorrow morning. So I was like, man, this ain't cool. But luckily the cell broke apart just before it got to us, so we're able to keep on rolling. Because if I'd gone to all that trouble just to have rain show up early and not get any of this corn planted, whew, I would not have been a person that anybody would have wanted to be around there for a few days. So anyway, after hearing all that, you think you still want to be a farmer? It ain't quite as easy as old Michael Bloomberg put it. You don't just dig a hole and put a seed in the ground and watch it grow. Well, Zack and Kelly finally got done with the weed, and Zack got caught up to me on spraying behind me. They got about 30 more acres to spray and crimp, and they'll be done. All that's left to do is for me to finish up planting it.
Welcome to Night Spring with yours truly, Kelly Griggs. So I thought I was going home. I didn't get to go home. I had to go get Carter and come back. And so now I'm gonna go spray, and Zach is gonna roll behind me because this farm, the cover crops are too big. So I'm gonna spray. Zach's gonna be right behind me. The problem is Zach has a problem with his lights. So he's literally going to have to be like right behind me. This farm's not fun. It's very small little fields. It's also down some really sketchy roads, and you have to go way in the back. It's kind of the secret farm, and I call it a secret farm because it's way in the back. I just ate for the first time since last night. I just have not had any time. I think Zach and I are both kind of jacked up on caffeine right now, so Matt's had a lot of problems, and I'm trying to stay away from that. So I'm just gonna stay in here, my nice little comfy, cozy. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've sprayed at night, so this should be fun. Don't you love farming? It's so fun. So fun. No, I'm actually good. It's fine. We can just get this corn in the ground. Yes, and then we'll get on to the next project. So here's the Night Spring.
There he goes, off to the next field.
Alrighty, Night Springing. Ooh! Look at those lights. It's kind of nifty if you ask me. I think there's like different work lights on here too. I can actually see the booms. What? Oh, it's so nice. Y'all have no idea. Alrighty. A little bit of night spraying for you folks. I guess I need more work lights tonight. Okay, take two. Zach had the sections turned off, so are we golden now? We're golden now. Okay. We are good to go.
right, we got about 45 out of the 90 acres planted. We're getting real low. I'm gonna say you just got a handful in each hopper, and we're gonna head back to the gin and fill up with that other variety. Should take us through the home stretch. It's right at 7 o'clock right now. Time we get done filling up, probably be at least 7:45. It's not gonna be a late night tonight. It's gonna be an early morning by the time we get done. All right, we got loaded up with the last variety. Got loaded up with worm dirt. Got 15 acres left on this farm and 30 on our last farm, and we'll be able to call it quits. Wasn't too far off on my guess. Took us 35 minutes to get to the field, fill up, and get back to the field. It's almost 8 o'clock. Before we get much farther in the video, who wants to take some bets on what time I roll into my house tonight? 8 o'clock now. I'm going to say 2 o'clock this morning I'll be rolling in. Problem is you know, what I got left to plan is kind of small fields and stuff, and you just can't make real good time on that sort of stuff. So anyway, well, we're back here where we stopped. Kick everything on and put some more seed in the ground.
So there's a first for everything. I was spraying, and next thing you know, a deer jumps up out of the field, and I literally hit it with the front end of this freaking sprayer. Yeah, I'm gonna need to go home now because I need a new. My anxiety is just done. I'm done. That's insane. I've never had that happen before. And of course, I tell Matt, he goes, "Did you record it?" What? Really? Did I record it? No, I'm trying to pay attention so I don't like mess things up because I'm spraying it dark. Literally hit a deer in its backside. Probably was sleeping. Like, what are you doing out here, heifer? But I was not getting out to check to see if she was like laying on top of a baby because I just can't handle that right now. Good times. Good times.
Okay, now that I got the inrows laid out, and we haven't really done a whole bunch on what exactly all the roller crimper does, figured I'd show y'all what exactly I'm doing back behind the sprayer laying down this cover crop. Of course, I wait until right at the end of the row, so I gotta get turned around real quick. And being 20 foot wide, I find just about every bump out in the field. All right, so what this is a 20 foot I&J manufacturing roller crimper. What I am doing is each of those cylinders can be filled with water, and it's got chevron shaped blades mounted to it. So with the weight and the blades on it, as I'm running out through the field going 9-10 miles an hour with the clover and all the mat in the cover crop blend, I'm able to lay down the cover crop and use it sort of as what I call a blanket. It covers the ground, but with Matt's strip kill, it is it's got the furrow open. So all I'm doing is following the same guidance lines that Matt laid out whenever he sprayed these strip kill strips. Anyways, I'm laying this down. I'm skipping every other row because I'm 20 feet wide and planter's 40, and makes it a whole lot easier to plant with the way you have it crimped. You can plant against, you can plant with or against, preferably not at a 90-degree angle. So I'm skipping every other row, and it helps me kind of lay out, make sure I've got my line set because I have to adjust for the width of the planter. It works really well. It's hard to tell late at night, but with the vetch and the clover mixed in with the ryegrass and cereal rye and the buckwheat, you'll really get to see it in cotton when this cover crop has an extra 2, 3, 3.5 weeks of growing. Organic matter gets really thick biomass, and the whole field will just look like a green carpet laid out. I'm having to run about, I'm going a little bit slower because it's night, and this farm is notorious for having armadillo holes everywhere. I'm running 10 miles an hour right now. Normally during the daytime I'll be running 12.5 miles an hour, and depending on the field I may bump it up even to 13. This roller crimper's built real heavy duty, so it can withstand going across the field that fast, but I have to stay ahead of the planter. So which means if Matt's running 5.5, 6 miles an hour planting cotton, I'm having to go double that just to stay ahead of him. It makes for some real fun trips, especially finding an armadillo hole or a sinkhole or a dip in the field, bouncing around kind of like a pinball in here. I really slow down at night just because I can't see everything out in the field. I can kind of make it out, and running over the field so much I can kind of remember where everything is. That's just a basic Chinese fire drill rundown of the crimper. We get into cotton, I'll be able to go over way more stuff and give you a whole lot better view of it.
I'll tell you what, me and the Precision Planting technical support are going to have a come to Jesus discussion come the next day after we get done. Man, this new software update is just, I just got things going wonky on the monitor. The settings being changed. Look right there. Right there. For some reason it just activated the front units. My SWAS control is working sometimes it's not. The same problem that I had last week whenever I had to email them all those files. Hadn't heard anything back from them, but for as much we pay for the system, they're going to have to get their crap together. This thing worked flawlessly last year, and this new software is just, I'm about to get ill about it. Here's Carter bringing me some supplies from the house. Come on, get off your phone. I ain't got all day. Bring it over here. Thank you. Why were you coming from all the way down there?
I thought you were down there, because you said the very back, so I thought you were down there.
You were driving way too fast. Slow it down, bud. You don't go that fast. Slow it down. Yeah, you were. I saw you. I watched you. Slow it down.
Welcome to Night Spring. Going down sketchy roads with no shoulder, and people like to fly up over the hill and you have nowhere to go. Before I pressed record, I had one guy just come flying over this, and I ended up backing up into the field and almost put it in the ditch. Okay, I'm gonna take out a few limbs, everyone. Just a few. As long as I don't break a mirror in the process. Lord Jesus, please don't let me roll up on nothing scary and sketchy, and because these would scare me, and I already hit a deer in the butt, so I really don't hope I find Sasquatch. Boys in Texas don't know what this is like. Shut up. I know, I'm out of range. I'm not in the field yet. You know what's gonna be fun? Hauling a freaking grain buggy up this thing full of corn after Matt Griggs loads it so bad that you gotta get it running start. Creepy scary out here. And I'm about to fold up and go to the other 2 fields, but here's my problem. I'm a girl and I have to use the bathroom. I can't just like go off the front end of the sprayer, so I actually have to get down into the very scary woods. I grew up in the city, okay? This at night creeps me out. I'm gonna end up like the Blair Witch Project. You watch. I really have to go to the bathroom.
I'm in the field.
Okay.
You get everything covered over there?
Yep.
You get everything covered over there?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. If you don't mind, get that water truck under the shed before it rains tonight. Alright, we just got moved over to our last field. Seen Kelly go by on the sprayer a few minutes ago. And I think Zach's just about done on the roller crimper. Other than one small field of soybeans, this is the first time we've used a roller crimper this year. Cover crop finally starting to get big enough and mature enough to lay it down good. You'll be seeing a whole lot of it whenever we start cotton planting. The last farm we were on was aerial seeded cover crop, and it just wasn't a thick enough stand to crimp it. It wouldn't have laid it down too good. And on this, I mean, it's laying it down pretty good, but it's not laying it all down. Anyway, it is 9:47, got 30 acres to go. Hopefully now that we change fields, my software problems will go away and won't have to fight that anymore, but we'll see once we get these inrows planted. I know one thing, I'm starting to get pretty hungry. I ain't got no lunchbox with some goodies in it, some snacks or anything. Alright, well, we're done with the front part of this farm. Now we're going to head down the road just a little bit to get to the back part. Shut up. I'm tired of listening to you. Just seen Zach drive by, so he's done. Tell you what, technology is great and everything, but the bright lights of these monitors, as soon as you open the door at night, it's like a dang magnet for bugs. I got a whole cab full of bugs wearing me out in here right now. No matter how quickly you get out and close the door, they slip in.
So that's a boo-boo. But the other thing that's a boo-boo is there's a snake underneath that tire. I don't want to go near it.
Take one for the team, Kelly.
No! One that's gonna like kill me? Nah.
Hey, look, the longer you sit there and say, I'm not going, it's the more of a chance he's gonna crawl out from underneath there and then I'm gonna have to catch him in the dark. Yeah, so now, since I told you he's so small, any little thing laying on the gravel, you're freaking out now. Imagine the girlish squeal I let out when he fell off the roll-up door.
I'm gonna check the footage.
Oh, you couldn't see it, but take
Right.
take my word for it.
Numbnuts is probably gonna freaking go after it.
I know if I step on him first.
No, you gotta go. Back up. You can't get in the tractor.
You crank it up, he'll move. And
Did
yes,
you get it?
yes, that is a copperhead.
Did you get it?
He got,
Okay.
he went from copperhead to flathead.
Oh, it's still moving!
He's gonna move. It's a snake.
No, get the dog. Oh my god, the dog. Are you? Oh my god, seriously?
You can watch the footage. I took my foot and went.
I don't care. I don't do snakes. That's as close as you get, Matt Griggs, because my life is more important than this damn snake. It's still moving.
It has rigor
Satan! Satan! Ooh! You know, if you were Matt Griggs, you would fling it towards me. You'd be playing with it like this. Look it! Look it! I got!
Look, his mouth is open.
Okay, hold on.
I'm making him open his mouth.
Okay, hold on.
Nah.
Okay, hold on. Do it for the gram. No, I'm just kidding. Do it because Matt Griggs wants it. Yeah.
You know,
This flat. It's
I told
11
myself
o'clock.
I'm not gonna go home before midnight.
It's gonna hang out. We're gonna figure out. He thinks he ran over a deer antler, but there's no deer antler. If you ran over the deer antler, you must have, like, if you did, then that sucker pushed it in there, and then you were hauling butt down here, so I'm thinking it done gone. But now we gotta figure out where it is. And these are new tires. So after further investigation, it's the sidewall. That's not good. It's right here. Oh, come on. Let me patch it up.
No, sidewall.
God bless, man. There's like freaking $900 tires. Well, at least it happened on the way back and not in the middle of the field. So there's that.
I still want to know how it happened. Because there wasn't nothing out in that field.
Nope. Well, there goes our Wednesday.
Kelly just texted me, said she's going to bring me some supper here in just a minute. Maybe that'll help ease the rumbling in my stomach for a little bit. 13 acres down on this farm, 17 more to go.
So I just took Matt his dinner in the Razor because it's all the way back there. And I don't know if you can see it, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 or 6 deer just right across the way in the meadow. It's a full moon. It's beautiful out, and I'm gonna head to the house now. It's 11:30, and I'm gonna officially take a shower and go to bed. Good night.
All right, guys and gals, here it is. Last pass of corn planting. For real this time. Gosh, I hope it's for real anyway. Just as I run out of seed in one unit. Well, folks, that's all she wrote. Let's get this thing folded up and get to the house. Alright, finally made it out to the road, and let's squeeze through this little narrow gate here. Alright, here we are. I'm not even going to park this thing under a shed tonight because I don't have any open spaces. My house over there, I'm just going to leave it right here and I'll worry about it tomorrow. Alright, you remember that bet I told you to make? See what time I was going to be in? Before I tell you what time it is, you're going to take a gander about what time I rolled in. I give you a hint. Our electronics did not give us any problems on that last farm, so we're a little bit ahead of schedule. Alright, I'll go ahead and tell you. 1 o'clock. Not too shabby. When I came up with this idea, I was expecting a lot worse. But anyway, that should be all the planning for a week and a half, 2 weeks or so until we get fired up planting. But meantime, I'll have a few more videos between now and then. Appreciate y'all riding along with me today, and we'll see you in the next one.